The Stoic perspective on finding your purpose. Once, in the ancient city of Rome, there lived a man named Lucius. He was not a senator, nor a wealthy merchant, nor a famous general. He was an ordinary man, like many of us, struggling with the same questions that trouble the human heart even today. What is my purpose? Why am I here? How do I find meaning in life? Lucius had spent years searching for answers. He had followed the advice of others, chased wealth, sought fame, and even tried to lose himself in pleasure. But none of these things brought him peace. He still felt empty, as if something vital was missing. One day, tired and frustrated, he went to the marketplace, hoping to distract himself. There, he saw an old man sitting calmly under a tree, watching the crowd with quiet eyes. The man's face showed neither excitement nor worry, only a deep, unshakable calm. Curious, Lucius approached him. "Who are you?" he asked. The old man smiled. "I am a student of Stoicism," he said. Lucius had heard of Stoicism before, but he did not understand it. "What does that mean?" he asked. The old man motioned for him to sit. "It means I strive to live according to nature, to accept what I cannot control, and to focus only on what is within my power." Lucius frowned. "But how does that help me find my purpose?" The old man leaned back. "Tell me, what do you think purpose is?" Lucius hesitated. "I suppose it is something grand, a great achievement, a legacy, a reason for being alive." The old man nodded slowly. "Many believe that, but the Stoics see it differently. Purpose is not something you find outside yourself. It is not fame, wealth, or even success. Purpose is how you live each day, the choices you make, the virtues you practice, the way you respond to life." Lucius was confused. "But if purpose is not something big, then what is the point?" The old man picked up a small stone from the ground. "This stone does not ask what its purpose is. It simply is. It does not resist the wind or the rain. It does not complain when it is stepped on or when it is left unnoticed. It exists, and in that existence it fulfills its nature." Lucius shook his head. "But I am not a stone. I can think. I can choose. I want my life to matter." The old man smiled again. "Exactly. You can think. You can choose. That is where your purpose lies. Not in what happens to you, but in how you respond. The Stoics teach that true purpose comes from living with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These virtues are not found in distant goals, but in the present moment." For the first time, Lucius felt a flicker of understanding. "So, my purpose is to live virtuously." The old man nodded. "Yes. Every action, every thought, every decision, each is an opportunity to practice virtue. When you wake in the morning, your purpose is to face the day with courage. When you speak to others, your purpose is to treat them with fairness. When difficulties come, your purpose is to endure them with patience. Purpose is not a single grand destination. It is the path you walk every day." Lucius sat quietly, absorbing these words. He had always believed that purpose was something to be discovered, like a hidden treasure. But now he saw that it was something to be built, moment by moment, through his own choices. The old man continued, "The Stoics say that nature has given each of us a role to play. A bird flies, a fish swims, a tree grows. Your role as a human is to live according to reason and virtue. You do not need to change the world to find meaning. You only need to change yourself." Lucius thought about his past struggles, his endless searching, his disappointments. He had been looking in the wrong places. Purpose was not in the future or in some great achievement. It was here, now, in the way he chose to live. "Then how do I begin?" he asked. The old man stood and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Begin where you are. Ask yourself each morning, what kind of person do I want to be today? Then act accordingly. When challenges come, meet them with strength. When temptations arise, resist them with discipline. When others suffer, help them with kindness. This is how you find your purpose. Not by seeking it, but by living. With that, the old man walked away, leaving Lucius under the tree. The marketplace buzzed with noise, but for the first time in years, Lucius felt a quiet certainty in his heart. He did not need to search anymore. His purpose was not somewhere else. It was within him, waiting to be realized in every choice he made. From that day forward, Lucius lived differently. He stopped chasing external validation. Instead, he focused on what he could control: his thoughts, his actions, his character. He faced hardships with resilience, treated others with fairness, and sought wisdom in every situation. He did not become famous or wealthy, but he found something far greater: inner peace. Years later, when another young man approached him with the same question, "How do I find my purpose?" Lucius smiled and shared the wisdom he had learned. "You do not find purpose," he said. "You create it, one virtuous step at a time." And so, the Stoic teaching lived on, not as a grand philosophy for the elite, but as a simple, powerful guide for anyone seeking meaning in life. Purpose is not a distant star to be reached. It is the light you carry within, shining through your actions, your choices, and your character. That is the Stoic way, and that is the path to true fulfillment.